And US President Donald Trump said Ukraine can forget about joining NATO.
And this as he prepares to host his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House later this week. Addressing reporters at the start of his first cabinet meeting of his second term, Trump said Zelensky would visit the US on Friday and sign the deal to share Ukraine's mineral wealth with the US. And the US president has long complained that the US has spent too much taxpayer money to support Ukraine in the war with Russia that began in 2022.
Trump has framed the emerging deal that would give the US access to Ukraine's deposits of rare earth minerals used in aerospace, defense and nuclear industries as a chance for Kyiv to pay Washington for aid already sent for the war under former President Joe Biden.
The previous administration put us in a very bad position, but we've been able to make a deal where we're going to get our money back, and we're going to get a lot of money in the future, and I think that's appropriate because we have taxpayers that shouldn't be footing the bill, and they shouldn't be footing the bill at more than the Europeans are paying. So it's all been worked out. We're happy about it.
Zelensky said in a news conference early on Wednesday in Kiev that a framework of an economic deal had been reached, but that it did not yet include US security guarantees, which the country sees as vital. Trump, however, said that the US would not be providing security guarantees to Ukraine beyond very much, adding that European nations should assume that responsibility due to their geographical closeness to Ukraine.
Yeah, doing even more now.
Iran will never get a nuclear weapon.
Against ISIS by untimely.
We have a big ocean separating us, so it's very important for Europe, and they hopefully will step up and do maybe more than they're doing, and maybe a lot more.
Now, the latest version of the agreement seen by the Associated Press says the US supports Ukraine's efforts to obtain security guarantees needed to establish lasting peace. It does not spell out any US commitment to provide them.
UK Prime Minister has jetted off to meet with Trump in Washington amid a row over his shock announcement to hike UK's defense spending to 2.5%. Zelensky is most likely to join a meeting, and Starmer is hosting 4 European leaders on Sunday.
Now, talking about ending the war, Trump said that he is confident about being able to reach a deal between Russia and Ukraine, adding that Russian President Vladimir Putin will have to make certain concessions without going into the details of what they might be.
He's a very smart guy. He's a very cunning person, but I've dealt with some people I've dealt with some really bad people. But I will tell you, as far as this is concerned, you have to understand, he had no intention, in my opinion, of settling this war. I think he wanted the whole thing.
According to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, senior Russian and US diplomats are expected to hold talks again on Thursday in Istanbul. The meeting follows talks in Saudi Arabia last week that marked an extraordinary shift in US foreign policy under Trump and a clear departure from US-led efforts to isolate Russia over its war in Ukraine.